could I have dropped it?
This is crazy. Risking my life for a scarf.
Are Jimmy and Tubby going to just skip Julian's wedding and sneak right down to Hecuba's lair?
No way, lad. Oh, no. Those herbs that we need to help Kay get Miguel away from Charity aren't going anywhere. They'll still be down there. And the real fun is going to take place up above ground in the Green Mansion. Oh, that wedding is going to be an absolute calamity.
Ethan.
Gwen?
Are you here to see Ivy?
I just saw her.
How's she holding up?
Oh, she's with Teresa. I hope they're patching things up. There's nothing I want more than having my mother bless our wedding. I want her to be happy about our marriage.
Well, the bride and groom should be happy too, not to mention madly in love.
Teresa and I are.
I'm not talking about you and Teresa. It's my mother. I don't know what it is, but I have this really bad feeling about this wedding. Something just isn't right.
You positive these papers are in order?
Well, they're standard annulment papers.
God, I can't afford any glitches now, not with Rebecca chomping at the bit to get married today.
Relax, Julian.
But you try relaxing with Rebecca breathing down your neck. I tried to get her to put off the wedding, but she would have none of it.
Well, I'm sure she'd feel different if she knew you were already married to Teresa.
She'd have my head in a platter if she ever found out, shot full of holes from that little pearl-handled pistol she's packing under her wedding dress.
Well, the moment Teresa signs those papers, I'll fax them off to Bermuda and your worries will be over.
Where is Teresa anyway? She was in the house earlier.
I'm sure she's around.
Perhaps she's in the kitchen with Pilar. Call her and tell her to get that exquisite derriere of hers down here.
It must be a very important fax, Mrs. Crane.
You have no idea.
Looks like you can't wait to read it.
You're so right, Teresa.
You should be getting Julian and Teresa's marriage license any moment.
You know, life can be so strange sometimes. Here I was at absolute rock bottom. Julian was going to marry Rebecca, and they were going to kick me out of my own home, strip me of all Crane wealth and power. Let me fend for myself.
You're a very strong person, Mrs. Crane.
I'm also a winner, Teresa. You see, I have won.
Won what?
Game, set, match. This fast? Oh, it's gonna give me the power to change everything.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of the bird I knew could take me high as breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
Well, I can see that you're anxious to get your fax, so I won't take up much more of your time.
What was it you wanted to talk to me about, dear?
I just wanted a moment alone to try to make amends. I know that you asked Ethan to break off our engagement if he ever found out that I lied or hurt him again.
Do you think that's unreasonable?
I know. I should have told him that I knew all along he wasn't a Crane. And I know I never should have scanned that letter into my computer. But Mrs. Crane, I did not send that email to the tabloid. Someone else did. But it was my fault that they were able to.
Your fault, yes.
Believe me, Mrs. Crane. I will never lie to Ethan again. Or do anything to hurt him, I swear.
Well, I'm glad that you are aware that there will be consequences if you do. That you will lose him forever.
Yes, I know. But it will never happen. I won't ever lie. Excuse me. Hello?
Teresa, it's Julian.
What is it?
Well, good news. The annulment papers are in my possession, so I want you to hot-foot it to the living room and sign them, so the annulment will be official, and I can marry Rebecca.
Oh, that's the best news ever. Now no one will ever know that you and I are married.
Yes, I won't be a bigamist. I'm home free.
I'll be right there.
She's on her way.
Oh, happy days are here again.
Ah, perhaps this streak of bad luck I've been having, Harper's finally over.
I'll keep my fingers crossed.
Yes, well, the problem with the annulment has been solved. Oh. What else could go wrong?
Well, let's hope the wedding goes off without a hitch.
It will, as long as Tabitha Lennox and her faux doll don't show up. Every time they appear, they bring nothing but trouble with them.
Julian, you'll have to pull yourself together and stop blubbering on about this doll, because that's all it is. Plastic and stuffing. It's certainly not human.
Got the invitation?
Right here.
Good lad. You shouldn't have any trouble getting in with this.
Where could I have... What's that?
I can't believe I should risk my life for a scarf. What the hell does that mean? Who it belongs to. Sheridan.
Ow!
What's that?
Well, it won't be long before Diana's whole past comes back to her.
Well, Doc said it might take a year, maybe more. I'm just hoping that by the time she remembers who she is and where she's from, she will be so hooked on this place
And you.
that she won't ever want to leave. All I need to do is figure out how to make her forget about that man that she was engaged to.
You are chasing a ghost, my friend. No woman ever forgets about the love of her life.
He's dead, Liz. Diana really has no reason to leave the island. So, I have nothing to worry about. Unless, of course, the guy comes back from the dead.
Must have been the wind. Smells like Sheridan. Like sunshine. I love the way you smell.
I'm not wearing any perfume.
You don't need any. It's the sun in your hair. It's like nothing else I ever smelled. Can't be shared and she's gone. We'll never be together again. But whoever lost us is gonna look for it again. Looks like Beth's boat.
Good evening to you, young man.
Uh-huh.
Lovely evening for a wedding.
Can I see your invitation? And this was given to you personally.
Voila!
Have you swiped on the invitation?
Indeed I did, lad. Tomorrow we will be going to a wedding. And it is on the Crane estate, and we will be on our way to Hecuba's lair. Mwah. Of course. How else would I have got it?
Where's your car?
My chauffeur is allergic to dust. And as you know, the Crane driveway is notorious for its dust. He simply refuses to drive up it. And so I walked.
Okay. Go on ahead then.
Thank you.
So, what you're saying is that it isn't a marriage made in heaven.
Yeah, hardly.
Have you tried to talk your mother out of it?
Yeah, many times, but she won't hear of it. You know, being a Crane means everything to her, and she's not gonna let anything get in her way.
Well, I haven't given up. I'm gonna keep trying. In fact, excuse me.
Damn that girl. Where is she? Teresa promised she'd be here to sign the annulment papers.
Talking to yourself, Julian? Little pre-wedding jitters?
Ah, well, something like that, yeah.
You know, maybe you should think about it.
Think about what?
Postponing the wedding for a few days. At least until your divorce is straightened out with Mother.
Well, there's nothing to straighten out. The divorce is completely and utterly above board.
You never discussed a settlement with her.
Well, why should I? She had over 20 years to discuss the fact with me that you were Sam Bennett's son, not mine.
That's not the same thing.
It is to me in a discussion. The wedding will not be postponed. Rebecca and I shall be married today, come hell or high water.
Well, fair warning, Julian. I'm going to do whatever I can, take whatever legal steps are available to protect my mother. And if I have to, I will file an immediate injunction.
Save your breath. It won't do you any good, I guarantee it.
How can you be so sure, Julian?
Well, how can you be so naive?
What are you not telling me?
Well, you're positively beaming, Teresa. Was the phone call good news?
It was the best news I could have ever hoped for.
Really?
Yes, there was this problem, and now it's all been taken care of.
How nice.
I'm so sorry, Mrs. Crane, but I do have to leave.
Oh, so soon.
I hope you believe that I would never do anything to hurt Ethan.
So you keep saying, Teresa. As do Ethan and your mother. Oh, they sing your praises. You know they believe every word you say.
Mama and Ethan love me. They have faith in me. And they know I always try to do the right thing.
Yes. Don't we all? But the road to hell is paved with those good intentions, as they say. Oh, Max. Excellent.
Is that the good news that you've been waiting for?
Oh, yes.
Does it give you everything that you need to win?
Oh. Everything and more.
It's great. Well, I will leave you to read it, and I will get going.
Wait, Teresa. There was one more thing I wanted to say to you.
Hey, you're really worried about her, aren't you?
She's been gone a long time.
Hey, you know, maybe she ran into the guy that came down to take the boat back up to the States.
What?
Yeah, he wanted to take a walk around the island, so I told him to hike up to Lover's Leap.
Well, what was this guy like? Was he a nice guy, or...
Yeah, nice enough. Sure as hell is hunky, though. Sexy as sin. Luckily for you, I don't think he's staying around for a while. Elsewise, he would give you some heavy competition for the fair Diana.
Oh, well, then it's a good thing I got that boat done when I did, huh? But Diana may still be upset.
About what?
Well, she might have wanted to go back on board. The boat seemed to have triggered some memories for her. Something about it seemed very familiar to her. It's like I can feel Sheridan's presence. Forget it, man. It's not like she's gonna pop up out of the cabin.
Could have done this.
Now, right after the ceremony, first chance we get, we'll sneak down to Hecuba's lair.
Timmy's not looking forward to that. In fact, Timmy's got a bad feeling about this whole caper.
Nothing's gonna go wrong, Timmy. Trust me.
Every time Tabitha says, trust me, there's trouble ahead.
Oh, now, would you stop?
But Timmy's worried. If Julian sees them alive, he knows it, and he'll freak out.
Yes, yes. You're right about that. We do have to be careful. But I need you to help me search Hecuba's lair. Everything depends on us finding those herbs now. If Charity and Miguel make love, she'll come into her full powers.
Timmy and Tabby will be done for.
Yes, she'll destroy us, Timmy. So nothing must deter us from our mission, not even Mr. Julian Crane.
All right, Princess Timmy's with you, as always. Let's just hope Julian doesn't see Timmy.
Why are you so sure that filing an injunction won't do any good?
Because all of the judges in this town are in my pocket. I control the lot of them. I thought you knew that.
I did. I just thought I'd give it a shot. I mean, I've tried to stop this wedding using a dozen different legal means, and I'm batting zero.
You're a first-class lawyer, Ethan, but Rebecca's attorney researched the legality of this wedding, and he assured her that it couldn't be stopped even by someone as gifted as you.
Well, I'm not giving up.
Of course you're not. It's not in you to quit. You know, I used to tell everybody that you got your tenacity from me. I even boasted about it.
You were quick to deny your ties with me once you found out I wasn't your son.
You'll never know how much I regret what happened, finding out about Ivy's affair with Sam Bennett, and that you were his son, not mine. It was perhaps the worst night of my life.
Well, there's nothing gained by revisiting that, Julian.
You're right. Water under the bridge.
You know, I'm just not sure what you're gaining by marrying Rebecca. I mean, unless it's revenge. I mean, because Mother embarrassed you.
She took you away from me, Ethan. She took my firstborn son.
It wasn't her fault.
I will never forgive her. God, it was Teresa.
What do you want with Teresa?
Well, what is it that you wanted to tell me, Mrs. Crane?
Oh, what was it that I wanted to tell you? Oh, yes. On the subject of you being the cause of everything that's gone wrong in Ethan's life and mine.
If that's the way you feel, I'm sorry. But I honestly don't know how that letter was sent to the tabloid. I would never do something like that.
No, of course you wouldn't. You haven't got a malicious bone in your body. However, had you not scanned the letter into your computer, well, let's see. My love affair with Sam would still be secret. Harmony wouldn't have found out that Ethan wasn't a Crane. Therefore, Ethan would still be heir to the Crane Empire. What else? Oh, Julian wouldn't be divorcing me. I wouldn't be thrown out of my own home. And Rebecca, she wouldn't even be in the picture. Is there anything else? Yes. Sam wouldn't despise me. And I wouldn't have climbed that bloody ladder, gotten struck by lightning, and ended up in this damn wheelchair.
You're making me sound like a monster, Mrs. Crane.
Oh. Yes, it does seem rather far-fetched, doesn't it? I mean, how could you, one young woman, so seemingly innocent and loving, be so deceitful? To think that you could be responsible for all this pain. It isn't possible.
I never meant for any of it to happen.
Everything that happened to wreck my life, Ethan's life, it couldn't be your fault. It couldn't be.
Mrs. Crane.
I mean, it's all just a series of terrible mistakes, of accidents, right? I mean, you can't be the schemer that Gwen says you are, or the manipulating bitch only interested in money that Rebecca accuses you of being. I mean, that's just not you. It just couldn't be you.
You are so wonderful to understand. I mean, you know that I don't care about money, that I never cared if Ethan was a Crane, that I love him for who he is. And you will see that Ethan and I are gonna work hard and save our money, and we're gonna build this great future together. And I am gonna do everything I can to make sure his dream of opening up his own law office comes true.
How nice. I had just planned to put Ethan in the White House. You hope to give him an office in your very own living room. You really do have my son's best interest at heart.
So we are putting the past to rest. You see me for who I really am.
I see you very clearly, Teresa.
Oh, it means a great deal to me, Mrs. Crane. Your forgiveness. Well, I better get going. But I will stop by with Ethan later.
Oh, Teresa, I'm sorry. There was one more thing I wanted to ask you.
Yes, Mrs. Crane?
It's about Bermuda.
Why do you want Teresa?
I figured since you were already here, you might want to stick around for the wedding, but I figured if Teresa wasn't here, you'd leave, so I was just hoping she'd come.
I can't stay, you know that. Not with what you're doing to Mother, leaving her nothing.
Ethan, listen to me.
No, maybe if you called off the wedding, if you postponed it for a few days, then I'd consider listening to you.
That is not going to happen. This wedding is going ahead as scheduled today. Your mother is getting exactly what she deserves.
The first guests have arrived, sir.
Yes, we'll show them in. Forgive me, Ethan, you see, but your mother and
No,
I...
you needn't explain.
I'm afraid I still feel rather strongly about the subject.
It seems so.
A word of advice, son. Ethan, save your energy. Give up this business of trying to stop the wedding. Nothing short of a seismic plate shift could postpone this ceremony. There hasn't been an earthquake in Harmony for 300 years.
I just received a call from the judge.
Yes?
The man fell and broke his leg. He won't be officiating at the wedding.
I don't care what he broke. You call him and tell him if he wants to be re-elected, he'll crawl here. This wedding will go on.
He's in the operating room as we speak. There's nothing we could do.
Thought everything that could go wrong already had. What? Don't just stand there. Go find someone else to officiate. Go, do it. This wedding will go on today.
Miss Tabitha Lennox and guest.
Thank you so much for inviting us, Mr. Crane. You've no idea how you've touched our hearts.
Hi.
Well, Diana. Hey, what happened to your arm? Are you all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. It's just a scratch. Starved.
Well, then you came to the right place.
I did?
Yeah, I was hoping you'd like to have dinner with me tonight. I've been whipping something up in the kitchen, and thought you might like to join me. What do you say?
That's really sweet of you. I'd love to.
Well, good. It's not going to be anything fancy, but I hope you like it.
Okay, well, I'll just go shower and change. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go check on dinner. Hey, Liz.
Hey.
I went and checked out the boat. Things in first-class shape. It's definitely ready to make the trip back.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Say, did you make it up to Lover's Leap?
Yeah, I did. That's beautiful up there. That reminded me of someone that... My room ready?
It sure is. You are in room 9.
Thank you.
You too. It's alive. It's alive. That doll is alive.
Oh, Mr. Crane, everyone knows Timmy's just a doll.
I've heard him speak. He makes more Timmys. And you must believe me. This doll is alive. Here, take it easy. Take it easy.
He's a bit, overwhelmed, with the wedding and all.
He's gone bonkers, if you ask me.
Why don't you help yourself to some hors d'oeuvres?
Didn't I warn you not to go on about that doll? Especially in public?
But
why would you invite Tabitha and her doll to the wedding anyway? Didn't you just say you hoped you never cross paths with them again?
I didn't invite them. I'm certain Rebecca didn't invite them either.
Well, they got an invitation from someone.
Disaster. This whole thing is a disaster.
Quiet down, Julian. You've made enough of a scene. Anyway, we have more important things to worry about, like finding a replacement to officiate your wedding.
First, we have to get Tabitha and her abominable little doll out of here.
Julian.
As long as they're here, everything will go wrong. I know it.
Now what?
The next move is Julian's.
In that case,
You okay?
It's Julian. He's acting very strangely.
It's probably just nerves.
maybe, but the worst part is that he has it in for my mother. He wants to take everything from her money, her power, her prestige.
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm worried about my mother marrying that man. I mean, to think of what might happen.
Like what?
Never mind.
No, tell me.
My mother and your mother and Julian, they've all just royally botched their personal lives because of bad choices that they've made.
Gwen, I know
and
you're
I
gonna
don't want to see you make that same mistake. Ethan, I just want what's best for you, and I don't think that's Teresa. That she's only gonna hurt you.
I don't believe that for a minute.
And you know what? I feel like she does the same thing that our mothers have done. You know, she manipulates the situation. She manipulates any situation to get what she wants, and that's you.
Look, I understand that you're hurt. I mean, our breakup wasn't...
It's not about that, Ethan.
There's no reason for you to blame Teresa. She's an innocent in all this.
I hope for your sake that you never have to see the real Teresa, because it would break your heart.
Gwen, please.
She will never love you the way I did, Ethan.
Gwen, I care for you a great deal, and your opinion means everything to me. But this criticism of Teresa has got to stop. And hopefully someday you'll get a chance to see her for the person she really is, an honest and caring person. So will my mother.
What about Bermuda, Mrs. Crane?
Oh, I don't know. I just heard about some strange things happening down there.
What strange things?
Well, I was hoping you could tell me.
Well, there's nothing to tell.
Try.
I went down to Bermuda to talk Mr. Crane into taking Ethan back into the family.
Oh, there you go again. Always thinking of Ethan's future. You are the little helper.
I want to help Ethan very much.
Yes. Now, I'm sorry. So tell me, what happened when you went and talked to Mr. Crane?
Oh, ooh. Mr. Crane said that he would think about it.
Right away? Just like that?
Yes.
I'm impressed, Teresa. How did you get Julian to agree so quickly?
I don't remember.
Oh, come on, Teresa. You can share your secret. I mean, really. Mr. Crane is not so easily swayed.
Honestly, I can't recall. I mean, we were all so upset with Sheridan's death that I just...
All right, I'm sorry. You were upset. You weren't thinking clearly.
Yes.
No, wait. I seem to remember hearing about something else that happened in Bermuda. Nothing tragic, like Sheridan's death. No, this was more along the lines of a farce. Something else that happened between you and Julian.
It's just down, around, and to the right.
Okay.
Hey, Denny's gonna be on soon. You gonna stick around, right?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna shower and change first.
Okay.
All right. Number 9. That's me.
Well, I hope I'm wrong about Teresa, Ethan. I really do. I'd hate to have to say I told you so.
You won't, but thank you for caring. Now, if you excuse me, I need to make a phone call, see if I can stop this wedding. Although, honestly, I don't think there's anything I can do to halt it now.
I'm sorry, Miss Lennox, but this wedding is a private family affair.
Well, I have an invitation.
Well, it must have been issued by mistake. You'll have to leave. I'm terribly sorry.
All right. They're gone. Now, where's Teresa?
Well, it's obvious we're not wanted here.
Shucks. Well, Timmy and Tabby will just have to go home, and Timmy will whip a batch of more Timmies.
Not so fast, lad. We came here to get into Hecuba's lair, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
But Julian's gonna freak if he sees Timmy and Tabby back in there.
Not to worry. We're going to make Julian very happy to see us.
Tabitha really scares Timmy whenever she gets that look in her eyes. What's up, Tabby?
Oh, you're gonna love it, Timmy. You're gonna love it. Come on.
I heard something else went on between you and Julian in Bermuda.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What was it? Oh, wait, I know. I heard that Ethan thought Julian had harmed you in some way, and so Ethan went looking for you. Now, what was that all about?
It was nothing. It was a mistake. Ethan and I worked it out.
Oh. So I don't have to worry about what happened in Bermuda.
No, it's all in the past.
Is it?
Well, I really should be going, Mrs. Crane.
Oh, what did you call me, Teresa?
I called you Mrs. Crane.
Don't call me Mrs. Crane, Teresa. Because as you well know, you are Mrs. Crane, Mrs. Julian Crane.